Hello. I thought this week I would do a bit of a check-in. We're into the start of February, and it's quite interesting. I always kind of like to reflect at this time of the year because just to see where everyone's at, because at the start of 2025, we really do set those. Well, a lot of us do, myself included. You set these intentions, you set these goals, you're all revved up, and then you come to February and you start to go, oh my gosh, I've hit the busy mode. I'm not hitting those goals I've set or those intentions I've set. We start to put that real pressure on ourselves around what am I achieving this year? What haven't I achieved yet? And yet, in actual fact, there's just so much pressure of you should do this, you should set this goal, you should set this intention. It almost becomes this overwhelming to-do list, checklist. And it just adds more pressure to already what's happening in our daily lives as leaders and, in the business we're in or the business we own. And so for me, I feel that it is super important to have those intentions or goals, if you like, but how do you look at it in a way that you are achieving more by doing less? And so we need to almost switch it around so that we're taking that pressure off ourselves. And so for me, that's where I created my own tool, if you like, that is, of course it is, it's, the Be Formless tool, but there's the form, like a SMART goal, but I've called it form, and then there's the less, which is how do you subtract it. And so I just wanted to step it through with you. What I'll do is I'll share my framework with you, but if you're feeling like you're at a point where you are feeling the pressure, you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, you need to kind of almost readjust, realign. This I've found to be a really helpful tool to support and guide you to take the pressure off, but also just ensure that you've got those intentions or goals that, that you want to achieve throughout the year, but it's also the ability to be able to pivot and adapt. So first one is around being fearless or fearless. So be bold about what you intentionally really want to create in your life, in your leadership role, or in the business you're in, and challenge those fears. Ensure that you're being fearless in terms of whatever the intention or the goal is, that it is enriching your life, it's expanding your leadership, and it's strengthening your business or your career. But it's also illuminating your soul. I think that's the most important thing, feeling like, is it actually coming from within here, or is it something that is not necessarily? The second one is optimized. So a massive point around that, rather than adding the subtracting piece. So giving more to what truly matters and less of what doesn't. So for me, it's all about pouring that energy into the people, the projects, family, and the priorities that light you up. And that is across life, leadership, and business. This is where we get to create more impact with less resistance. And I like to call it like this: life, lead, work smarter. So simplify your decisions, remove distractions that drain your energy. The third one is results. So, it is all about having, or I shouldn't say all about, but, we definitely want to have something we're working towards. So define what that result or meaningful success feels like, not looks like, feels like from in here. It's not just in metrics, it's how it's illuminating your soul again, setting those high impact goals so that they're intrinsically rewarding and not just focusing on the external. When your goals illuminate you from the inside out, then that's when the progress becomes more fulfilling. You start to see the results, and it's not just another task on the never-ending list, which is where some people tend to feel like this at this time of year. Then how do you measure it? So what could possibly block you from doing this? How will you know when you've succeeded? Be adaptable and open-minded and intentional about how you measure your success. Sorry, my puppy Marley Bob is currently trying to eat something. Create feedback loops that bring fresh perspectives, challenge assumptions, and expand the possibilities. This will give you the guiding strategic adjustments for in-life, leadership, and business, so that you're not just measuring the external progress, but also, like I said, the internal alignment of your goals. And then the less is, how do you protect your focus, your energy, and your whole being, instead of adding, remove distractions, the unnecessary obligations, set those boundaries, and anything that doesn't serve your highest priorities or illuminate your soul. You know, real success isn't about doing more. It's about creating space for what truly matters in life, leadership, and business. So I have a framework which is really simple in terms of, you know, my go-to is set that weekly strategic session with yourself where you're setting an intention for, I told you Marley Bob might interrupt every now and again, where you're setting that intention for your life, leadership, and business across the three, and then create those daily goals, but maximum 3, in terms of what's the goal that I want to achieve in life for that particular day. And it can be the most simplest thing in leadership and in business or career. And you do that daily, and it just feels like you're then chunking it down a lot more, and it's making things feel less overwhelmed and more like that you can do it, and it's less pressure. So give it a go. I'll share the tool with you, and I'd love your thoughts.